Hi, welcome to my program again. In this video, I am going to talk about the 2030s Turkish politics. As we know, the opposition has lost the elections in May, and since then there is an ongoing debate within the opposition main party, CHP, and what's going to take place in the forthcoming elections in Turkey, municipalities elections. We are going to talk about this, and we are going to see how 2030s will affect everybody. Now, if you look at from today to what's going on, there is a big debate internally going on within CHP, what we are going to do, what's going to take happen, and so on and so forth. But at most, we have to look at and analyze what has happened. All the opposition parties in Turkey are great influence under the influence of, let's say, United States and Europe. And the main problem is that they don't understand Turkey. And because they don't understand Turkey and they have the power, they dictate these parties how to act during these elections, in the previous elections. Turkey is located between Europe, Asia, and Africa or Middle East. And in that junction point, and the history already showed us, you need a strong leadership. Like Erdogan, like it or not, but that's true. And around this leadership, right, it will be an attraction. And those attraction will cause the other minorities or small parties or small, I will say, groups to come together and form a larger group. That's how Ottoman Empire set up. Osmanlı or Osman Bey was a small minority leader tribe in around Bursa. It started to take some or conquer some lands against the Byzantium and or others, and giving some rights to the other tribes and other, especially the people coming from the Asia, Turkmen tribes, and he sets or he creates an attraction to them, and that attraction by time in 30 years caused the tribe to be a larger, big, strong tribe, and that tribe turns into a state turns into an empire. That's how Ottoman Empire is set. But he showed a very strong and clever leadership. It was not the biggest tribe in that area. It was the smallest tribe already. But it created that empire. How? Because it showed a strong leadership. It's just an example. This is what Turkey is. How the Americans or Europeans think about this, or our opposition leaders, they are very strong. They created this opposition group, coalitions, and they never talk about the leadership or this and that. And last minute, there was a big cause and fight about this. And Meral Akşener left the table. Her party was the second biggest group among that coalition group, and that caused big concern among the Turkish constituents, and this has already caused a big disturbance in the elections also. And so that already shows that there has been no leadership there, because why she left is due to the leader elections. Think about 6 or 7 parties coming and creating a group, a coalition group, but they have no leadership. That's not something that the people can believe. This is Turkey. This is not Europe. This is not Middle East. This is blah blah. This is Turkey. Unless you are a strong character and you can and you achieve this, you have no chance winning an election in Turkey. So now what will happen? Now in CHP, everybody is talking about leadership and so on and so forth, but the real problem is religious or religion basis. And I'm going to give this example always and always, because I try to be delegate in my own region in Izmir, and I have not been fitted to their list due to the reason that because I am Sunni. And all the CHP and the delegates and upper boards are all Alevi or Alawi or Shia. And unless you are Shia, you have no chance to become a delegate unless you 100% obey their direction as a Sunni. And there is no chance for you. The reason why the Shias don't let Sunnis to become active in the board is not because they want to spread the religion. In fact, the rising power of Erdogan as Sunni and the one who also blinks eye to bring Sharia back to country, it creates a big concern among the Shia population in Turkey, and they are scared because of the history, because there have been mass murders in Shia population because of the uprising, so on and so forth. And they want to protect themselves, so they are not sharing a seat, nothing else. The only thing that they are doing, and always before the election, is to tell you, Atatürk, we are all in love of Atatürk, whatever. Atatürk like this, Atatürk does this, did this. We love Atatürk, we have to follow his ideology. And for Sunni, that's enough, more than enough to give vote, okay? But once you are looking all the policies that JHP has been applying so forth, it's all about Shia view, to be honest. And that brings a big concern, because in Izmir, in the first region, and at that time he was the candidate from my region, they brought the deputy director or the deputy president of the party, and he said openly like this: for the left policies in Turkey, the secular, Turkish, and Sunni people are a threat, especially when there is a security problem arises. Now, if you look at this statement and think about the JHP constituents as a sum, and deduct this statement, Turkish, Sunni, and secular, whatever left is only this, Shia and Kurdish nationalism. That's all. So what he is saying is this: Turks are a threat to Kurdish nationalism and Shia. And these people who and now you want to say and sell the idea that this coalition is strong, this coalition can do this, no, it will not. And Erdogan is not idiot to use this nationalism thing against this, because people sense this. And it will be less and less from now on, because now there is an internal debate that the leadership should change, not change, we should do this. Now there is a big fight about this. So what does it mean? From now on till 2030s, there is one municipality election in 2024. We will lose it, and we will lose a great vote for that, because there will be no coalition. The other coalition parties also think that this coalition has created disturbance among their constituents, and they lost votes. They realize it. So they are going to show their own candidates, which means that CHP plus MHP coalition will exceed the numbers, and they will start getting back all the big cities. Especially for me, Istanbul and Ankara are lost. I think Izmir, which should be secular always, I think there's a great problem there, because if I am AKP leadership, Erdogan, I will go to the E Party and say, whoever you want to show as a candidate in Izmir, I will vote for it. I will show no candidate in Izmir. And believe me, if he does this, Izmir will be E Party then. We can forget about that. And when we will lose in 2024 March elections, there will be even bigger and bigger internal debates about this, which means that İmamoğlu, Özgür Özel, and others will try to do present. People will look at this and they will see a big problem with the party. They will start showing no trust, which means that in 2023 there will be less and less people choosing this, and I believe it will be even less than 10% in Turkey, or 15%, less than 15 to 10% in Turkey, who will vote for CHP. So it means that those votes would mostly go to E Party and a little bit to AK Party and maybe Kurdish parties too. So that's going to happen like that. So what does it mean? CHP is going to be smaller, and Erdogan is going to rule more and more and more. Don't worry, he will find a way to be president for the next, until he's dead. That's true. If he's 90, 90, 100, 100, he will be the Sultan of Turkey now. Because JP is so idiot. And sorry to say it like this, but American policymakers, European policymakers, all these people who think they are clever, really from here, they are full idiots. They don't understand anything about the Turkey, the land, what they need, what they don't need. They just in a dream. Looking from your lens, what has happened in your lens doesn't mean that in somebody over there, miles from there, right? Somebody here, the land called Turkey, the same things will happen. It will not. Okay? You cannot take a cactus, bring to Europe, put in the Germany where there is a black forest or so, and expect it to live. Or the palm tree. And you cannot bring that rose and put it into the desert and say, now grow up. It will not, it will die. Same thing. Those policies are same. It will not work. You have to listen to people who knows this. But impossible. So that will happen. And the most important thing is this, okay? For JHP, unless they decide that, okay, secularism is the real, I would say, reference to direct to lead the country, all right, they will continue with this Alevi or Shia thing, okay, and this is a real threat to Turkey, real threat. So unless they do this, we will lose all the elections. Unless they do that, we will win the elections. But if they keep doing this, we will lose all the elections, okay? I'm sorry, but that's fact. And this is, for me, it's like a treason. You cannot be in Atatürk's party and believe in secularism, but don't do anything about secularism. It's treason. That's why people like me, who believe secularism and love the country, will fight with JHP forever. That's true. Anyway, I'm waiting your comments. Put it there and let's see what will happen. Have a nice day. Bye.